We're about to end the year, 2025, December 27th. We're wrapping up, and I had to record this video. It's surreal looking back at this whole year. I had my ups and downs, but the fact is, it was the first year I've ever been a part of that showed to me that it's about taking action and it's about being courageous and it's about stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's how you get to grow, and that's how you get to succeed in life, by doing those things, not focusing on theoreticals and hoping and dreaming you do something, but actually taking action and doing that consistently, because that's been exactly what I've done, and it's been incredible so far. So I wanted to recap on that, looking at where I started to what went over, what went well this year, and then where do we want to go next? Because 2026, I want to make sure I become, 2.0. If the first version of me was deployed this year, 1.0, I want to make sure next year we become 2.0. So let's start. Let's start at the very tippity top of kind of the beginning of the last or this year. Um, I prepared. I wanted to share a video, um, a Loom, just so we can quickly look at who I was, how I operated when this year began, and also what everything around me was too. Okay, sharing the screen, share sound. If they hire me. Okay, boom. Take a look at this. So, meet you. My name is Philip. First, a little bit of a context here. Just a second. So yeah, so this is January of 2025, this year. Maybe February. It's actually January. I was recording this video to get into a pipeline with Zach Brown. And I mean, wow, let's just look at the person I was just quickly, and then I'll share something. By the way, this landed the role, which made me make a decent amount of money. So go figure. It should, by the way, in my opinion. Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and explain why, as a sales rep, as a sales agent, I'm the right fit for your company. So first of all, let's jump into the first question. How long have I been in sales? It's a good question. Been in sales for 5 years. Over those 5 years, I've mostly done the US market, the Canadian market, and some of UK markets. I mean, I've stuck mostly to the northern continent. Look, long story short, that video is like 4.5 minutes. There's like, I think, 4 questions that Zach asks you before he, lets you come into the pipeline. And you can see the setup. I mean, I get the same headphones though, so let's keep that honest. But the backdrop, like where I was, if you could just see the room from which I started taking calls and made it work, it goes to say that the number one thing is conviction, hunger, and belief. That's what's going to get you off the ground to begin. Because looking back at what I have now, I mean, that's an incredible upgrade we went over. Um, but yeah, 4.5 minutes of me saying all these things versus my newest Loom, which I still want to build on. I think I can improve that for sure. But let me just share this. I want to show the difference in every regard. So share sound, boom, the life they want. Okay. And hey, Philip here. I want to close on your offer. I've been in the high ticket space for 12 months. I've done $1 million in cash collected, 1.5 in revenue. My best month so far has been 170,000 cash. I've invested over $5,000 in my personal coaching. I've been coached by June Choi. I've done fitness, biz op trading. Now, all that cool stuff aside, the reason why I do sales, and it's also my definition of it as well, is helping people switch up, make a change, slowing down, overcome their limiting beliefs, their fears, and step into the shoes of the person they're trying to become so they can get the life they want. And it's the best job ever. So easy to wake up and do 12 calls a day when that's the place you're coming from. Coming on your offer, I want to become number one. I'm very competitive. I know I got what it takes to hit my big goals in 2026. So the only question is, we're not going to win. Do we win together? If yes,
Damn.
reach out. Goodbye. By the way, a 60-second sharp intro, no fluff, no extra, just confidence, conviction, data, and being deliberate in what you're saying. I mean, I look at that beginning video I showed and this one, like, wow, how much you've grown as a person to kind of get to that place. It's honestly incredible. I'm very proud of what I've been able to achieve. Um, I want to go back to this YouTube channel as well. I want to browse through some of the videos I've recorded to really put some context in what was going on as well. But you've seen it, like 60 seconds. I covered everything I've covered anyway with that first video that took me 4.5 minutes. I mean, just that growth there, it shows you that doesn't matter how you start, it matters how many times you get up from failing and trying again. Like I've recorded probably 500 Loom videos in attempts, like just trying to get better before I made it work. I'm also very hyper kind of specific um, as well. I really want to be a perfectionist, which could be a good or a bad thing, but it can be good at some levels as well. But that's the key thing. Now, looking back at, let me share this, the YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to be posting this bad boy once it's done. Take a look. I mean, we are beginning. So December resolutions here. I watched this video last night, and what struck out to me was I essentially said that, the future version of me, which is me today, is dependent on what that guy does. And that's exactly what happened because 1 year later, I sit here and I can say, absolutely, your future, yourself is going to be very thankful with the things you take and do every day. Your goals is not what's going to make you successful. It's your daily habits. And I've been pretty adamant at the beginning, and I've done a very good job at starting. Looking back at month one, this is where I literally, I think, let's see, month zero. I believe we uploaded this bad boy. Let's see it.
Genuine pursuit of that with passion. Um,
Yep.
I think
This
also
is this is beginning of the month. Then within that same month, I got into a pipeline and I landed my first
Hey,
high ticket
YouTube.
roll. It's
Slightly
right here.
different format. Wow, a lot has changed these past few, well, just I guess last a few days, like 2 weeks.
Got the first roll. It was the fitness offer, South Asian fat loss. And then, first month we collected 30K cash. So 3K paycheck. I mean, that felt good because that's like the most money I've made, very close to the most money I've made. And that's first month part-time. I was riding high. Then second month is where I essentially quit my full-time. I invested into this Temu
Oh
camera.
shit.
It was like a 4K. See this.
Okay.
You make it now. I don't have a job. I do remote work. I become a contractor, like a
What is bro saying, man? Anyway, so June becomes, this is still while I was on my
I
first offer. Um, June becomes the number one cash collected month for me so far at that point, where I've done like $4,200 in commissions, which it officially broke my all-time earning record in my life. I mean, everything I've done so far, I've never earned more than in this video. And it really felt good because in June, what was cool about the offer, it didn't have a lot of volume, and I was taking like two, three, four calls a day, and it got to 4.2K cash collected, which kind of, it was a dream come true. Like you had the month where you didn't even work and you made the most money you've ever made. But that's where I would say my pitfalls began with some things. I feel like the greatness of things I've achieved has put me in this kind of a comfort zone, which I hated and I feel like dragged out in the upper echelon of these months above. And what I mean by that is, you start working remote, you're having no schedule, you really start slipping on the habits that you need to follow. So looking back at these videos, still really kind of adamant here, then this is where I began working with Jun Choi. I opened up my network. That's where I finally got more offers. So at this point here, I started closing on 2 more offers, and then boom, September, I dropped this gem of a video saying September is a game and we're playing
What's up,
it
guys?
because
Philip here. Welcome to.
we had 3 offers I was stacked on, and I wanted to make the most money I made so far, and it did. We ended up September with $6,000 in commissions, which again, the #1 month I've had up until that point. Absolutely insane. I love every bit of this. Um, then we go into November, which things and mid of no 20th of November. Let me just okay. Well, it's the 20th of November. I chipped my tooth, which took me out of the calendars for a good 2 weeks. So because of that, and because of the fact I quit my third offer, the one that I started the journey with in end of August. So I had 2 offers, and then November comes. This happens, makes me have to quit the other offer as well. Just fell out of it. People came in, no more volume, some other things as well, and boom, I was done with that offer as well. So down to 1 offer. Now this 1 offer is also a fitness mobility offer, moves method, which is very notorious to be a very tough sell. Like it's a very hard sell. Um, so I've been placed there with 2 other guys from the June's coaching, and these 2 people quit within the first 2 weeks. They haven't been able to make any sales. I wanted to prove to myself that I don't care where I go, I'm gonna be a guy that closes people. Like I don't care what the offer is. Sure, I'll pick and choose my best offers, but I don't want the offer to become the excuse because I'm sure if I was great, I could sell anywhere. Doesn't matter what the offer is. It's just about then choosing the best vehicle you can sell in. And I did that. I stayed there for three months. Um, I've done 50K months. I've done 60K months in those 3 months. So I've been top 10 of the leaderboards, sometimes top 8, top 5. Open up the month of uh, November, like being first for the first week. So I've done like great things just by wanting to prove to myself I can do more and I can do better. I don't want to just blame the offer. Now that offer and I parted ways at the beginning of December. So I'm at this moment, 27th, I'm closing part-time on a webinar offer, but that's really hasn't been many calls, like 2 calls, really no calls so far at all. I'm looking for my next offer, for my next proper offer to close on. But my whole point is, in this whole year of a journey, I've made more money than I've ever made before. I've met so many good people that are my connections now. I've expanded my network. I've expanded my mind. The transformation, like the difference between me today and let's open up this guy. We got to open up a video. Between me today and this guy exactly one year ago. This guy.
This is the key thing. I think so far, whenever I tried something and I succeeded, what was behind me was genuine pursuit of that with passion. I think also at the same time, many times that I have started something and failed, it was just a lack of thereof.
I mean, okay. Anyway, it's that guy and me today. It's incredible the level of like because that's me, right? That's just me in the past. I know how much better, different I've become, but I owe it all to that guy because that guy was the #1 piece. He believed, he put the right foot forward, and he facilitated me becoming the version today. And I want to make this a series. Like 2025 has been very fun. So this is going to be 1.0. 2026 will be 2.0, and then 3.0, 4.0, and then we're going to go from there. So let's see what the 2.0 can look like entering the next year. Just like the guy I just showed set up the ground for me to become who I am today. Let's see what I can do for the guy that's going to speak to you guys in a year, looking back at this video, reflecting all of these things, and then adding more on what we have achieved on top of it. It's going to be super fun. And that's really been what I wanted to show in this video, what I wanted to cover. My message to anybody that watches this video is that this isn't my family, or anyway, just even if it is my family, who it doesn't matter who you are, take action, do things, get embarrassed, get outside of your comfort zone, like hop on a call with somebody you don't know, have that anxiety and you pent up. It's all fake. It's all nothing. It's all fake. Like all the fears of failure and it's all just fake. It's not true. Like we're all gonna die anyway one day. So you might as well give your absolute best to continue growing, because seeing these videos, I think it just shows how much growth you can do in a year. Everybody has a different journey as well. You have to love the journey you're on. And I absolutely do. I always say this, we're all dealt a deck of cards. We have to make the best out of that. I love my deck. I love this journey, and I'm blessed to have the things I do have. So from this point on, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep crushing. Appreciate you guys, and Happy New Year's. Bye.